Hi and welcome! While people typically associate bodybuilding with the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, and other men, there is also a long history of successful female bodybuilders. Female bodybuilding has rapidly gained popularity in recent years, but the sport has existed for decades. In fact, there is a long history of strong, muscular women who have dominated the sport of bodybuilding. Female bodybuilders in the 80s were the first to be officially recognized in competitions and helped pave the way for the women bodybuilders of today. In this video, we will highlight the top female bodybuilders of the past and present. While male bodybuilding competitions occurred in the 1920s, women in bodybuilding didn't happen until the late 1970s. During the mid-1900s, it was rare to find muscular women. There was an unfortunate and incorrect stigma around athletics and exercise hindering women's ability to be mothers. Thankfully, the landscape for women bodybuilders changed after 1970 to when Congress passed Title IX, which required schools to allow equal opportunity for female athletes. This act opened the door for muscular women to explore different sports, including bodybuilding. The first ever woman to win a female building competition was Gina Lastina from Ohio in 1977. By 1980, the International Federation of Bodybuilders IFBB and the National Physique Committee NPC recognized female bodybuilding competitions, including the first Ms. Olympia in 1980. Since then, there have been tons of inspirational women to champion the sport. It's those women we're about to highlight. Without further ado, here are the most influential female bodybuilders from then and now. 1. Rachel McLish. The 1980s was considered the golden age of female bodybuilding, as this was when it started to blossom into what it is today. Rachel McLish, who is from Texas, is perhaps the most famous professional female bodybuilder of the golden age era. McLish began to focus heavily on bodybuilding in the late 1970s while working at a local gym after she graduated college. She cemented herself as a legend and pioneer by being the first female bodybuilder to win the inaugural 1980 United States Championship and the first ever IFBB Ms. Olympia the same year. She had more magazine covers over the next 5 years than any woman. Although Rachel only competed for 4 years, she was more dominant than any other 80s female bodybuilder, never finishing worse than third. She claimed her second IFBB Ms. Olympia in 1982, becoming the first ever two-time champion. She was inducted into the inaugural IFBB Hall of Fame class in January of 1999 and went on to author books about weight training that were featured on the New York Times bestseller list. Rachel McLish is now 68. So she isn't as active on social media as younger female bodybuilders. With her amazingly toned body, outgoing personality, and competitive success, we can assume if social media existed in her days, she would have dominated that too. To Cory Everson. Cory Everson is often considered the best female bodybuilder in history, and plenty of evidence supports those claims. While Rachel McLish set the bar by winning 2 of the first 3 Ms. Olympias, Cory took it to another level and elevated the sport during the golden age. Cory was introduced to bodybuilding after graduating from the University of Wisconsin, Madison, by her future ex-husband Jeff Everson, a competitive bodybuilder himself. Jeff coached Cory, which led to her debut victory at the 1980 Ms. Mid-America. She continued to dominate, winning her first IFBB competition at the 1980 North American Championship, and reached the sport's peak by claiming the 1980 for Miss Olympia title in her debut, a title she never lost. Cory went on to win Ms. Olympia 6 years in a row from 1984 to 1989 before retiring on top undefeated. Cory went on to have a successful film career and was inducted into the IFBB Hall of Fame in 1999. She became the first woman to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2007 Arnold Classic. 3. Lenda Murray. Just as Cory Everson had her historic run of 6 straight Ms. Olympias end, another star was paving her way to be the biggest female bodybuilder in history. Lenda Murray was a cheerleader and record-holding sprinter during her teenage years in Detroit, Michigan. She discovered bodybuilding in 1984 after a professional suggested she compete due to her naturally muscular frame. She gained national attention by winning her first of 6 straight Ms. Olympia titles from 1990 to 1995. Lenda briefly retired in 1997 after losing to consecutive Ms. Olympias to Chizevsky-Nicholls before returning in 2002. She claimed to more Ms. Olympias in 2002 and 2003 before finishing runner-up in 2004 to end her career with 8 titles. Considered the second most successful female bodybuilder in history, she was inducted into the IFBB Hall of Fame in 2010. Lenda remains connected to the sport by continuing to promote events today. For Chizevsky-Nicholls, Chizevsky-Nicholls is regarded as one of the best American female bodybuilders ever. She started bodybuilding in 1988 after starting to date her future husband and bodybuilder, Chad Nicholls. She earned her pro card in 1992 after winning the IFBB North American Championship and began a long, successful career. After winning the Ms. International, Kim defeated Lenda Murray at the 1996 Ms. Olympia, ending her 6-year run on top. She became the first woman to win both the Ms. International and Ms. Olympia in the same year in 1996 and went on to win 4 consecutive Ms. Olympia titles before retiring in 1999. In 2008, she was inducted into the IFBB Hall of Fame, recognized as one of the most muscular female bodybuilders in history. 5. Iris Kyle. All of the amazingly strong and ripped women of the 80s and 90s paved the way for Iris Kyle, the most successful female bodybuilder in history. Iris Kyle, nicknamed the female Ronnie Coleman, began her professional competitive bodybuilding career at 22 in 1999 after years of dominating amateur competitions. In 2001, she won the heavyweight title at Ms. Olympia, but came in second in the overall competition. Her first Ms. International title came in 2004, which opened the floodgates. She then went on to win Ms. Olympia in 2004, narrowly lost in 2005, then won the next 9 years in a row from 2006 to 2014. Kyle finished her career in 2022 with a record 10 overall Ms. Olympia wins, the most of any male or female. She also has a record 7 overall Ms. International wins. Her massive, symmetrical physique inspired an entire generation of young women bodybuilders. Iris has been very open about her use of performance-enhancing drugs throughout her career, which she began using after coming in second at the 1994 NPC Iron Maiden Championship. She stresses that steroids alone are not responsible for success, as hard work and genetics are more important. 6. Andrea Shaw. The dominance and impressive physique of Iris Kyle inspired countless women worldwide to take their bodies to the next level, including Andrea Shaw. Andrea began training at 17 with the help of her mom, a former personal trainer, and started competing in the physique category, in which competitors performed a choreographed routine to music. Despite her early success in physique, which included a win at the 2018 Lenda Murray Detroit Classic, Shaw decided to switch classes after advice from a legend. Hall of Famer and legend Lenda Murray was working as a judge at the 2019 Toronto Pro when she encouraged Andrea to change classes to the bodybuilding division.